Crusader Ron here, and this is a message to atheists, even to Christians, to be as a reminder. So we're all on YouTube, and we're all arguing and debating and fighting each other on whether there's a God or not. Oh, I should get this closer. On whether there's a God or not, and this is a reminder to Christians, and then this is obviously a reminder to atheists that we as Christians truly believe. We truly believe, like we know there's a hell. Okay. Now, I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm not trying to threaten you or scare you. I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to do is give you our point of view. You know, like in the heaven and hell part was when I became a Christian. That was the last thing I believed in. Like when I became a Christian, the first things I started believing was the truths. You know, I was looking for truths. I was an evolutionist, a liberal, and I didn't leave it out of anger or anything like that. I mean, I was full of anger. I was full of lust. I was was not a very good husband. I was not a good father. I was in my own delirium, and I was looking for truth, like what, and it wasn't even the truth of like eternal life or anything like that. It was just the truth of like the politics. What the hell's going on in this world? You know, like what people are ranting and raving on both sides. And I did my own little journey, and I just became more and more, Republican, right wing, conservative. Yeah, you got to do it yourself. You got to do it. I just became more like that. You get your own responsibility, and I also found that side to be more not. More reflective when they answered things. I flipped through all the channels, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, and I didn't know who these people were. I was very not political at all. I mean, I was an Army brat, and I loved World War II and the history there and stuff, but I voted D. I was, D, Democrat. I'm a Democrat, D, and all that. And so I went that route, and then when friends started telling me Bush was Hitler, and I knew who Hitler was, Bush to me was, drunken cowboy idiot guy, and I voted for Al Gore, but he couldn't have been Hitler because Hitler was a genius, and Bush was stupid. Why are you guys calling him Hitler and stuff? So I was very annoyed by that, and it's kind of like saying, it's kind of like saying Darth Vader is, some idiot that you know what I mean, like. When you have these super villains that you admire, you idolize these villains because they're badasses, and then they say, "Oh yeah, well that's who this guy is." I'm like, no, Darth Vader is Darth Vader. You can't be putting him down. You know what I'm saying? So I really was annoyed by that, and so then I started doing this journey on my own, and I got more and more frustrated with my friends. We were all liberal, and I got frustrated with their comments about this stuff. Anyway, where am I going with this? I'm trying to just say that I didn't come to the hell thing until the very end. And even now, I don't really like to use it. But it is what I fear the most for you. We Christians, we fear that the most for you. I don't want to control your life. We Christians, no Christian can control my life. As a Christian, my pastor, John MacArthur at Grace Community Church, has no control over my life. All the elders there have no control over my life. The first church I went to, the pastor, I dogged him. I said, "Don't you dare say that to me." I was considering leaving the church. There was this, it was getting kind of weirdy, and I was really annoyed by it because they were kind of liberal, and I was a little like, "What the freak?" You cannot child sacrifice, the unborn children. And this is that was one that really bugged me, and I was just a budding Christian, like a puffy, arrogant, Christian. But anyway. I said, honey, I think we need to leave this church. And he heard her, or no, he heard me talking about it. I was kind of frustrated or whatever, but he went to her, my wife, and said, I hate to see your family split up, he's a young pastor. And I called him. I said, don't you ever talk. My wife was upset. Don't you ever talk to her. You talk to me. You don't talk to her. He was like, blah, 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 you know what I mean? I taught him a lesson. Not that I was good at, a good person or anything, but what I'm trying to get at is that the church, the only power the Christian church has over you is whether you can be in their church or out of their church, and that's it. And you can go to another church or start your own church. That's the power of the Bible. The Bible's, the Bible. There, you guys are like, why are there so many Christian different denominations and churches? That's what the Bible wants. I mean, in the New Testament, there's a bunch of different churches. They all have their own autonomy or whatever. That's perfect. Separation of powers. You're not supposed to be one congealed giant Catholic Church or whatever. It's supposed to be separated out. And they argued amongst each other in the New Testament. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you, atheists, is that I would, like say homosexuals who are Christians. I love that more, or I love that because at least they're learning the word. I get that, they're trying to change homosexuality is not a sin, and I don't like that. But I like that they're still in the word, and hopefully God will teach them, tell them that that's still a sin. And I'm not trying to say they're worse than me. My arrogance and my argue is the same sin as homosexuality. My arrogance, my losing my cool, that's the same sin as homosexuality, right? My lust, which I'm actually in control pretty well. Thank you, God. I'm in control of that. I don't masturbate to porn or anything anymore. I'm not addicted to that stuff anymore. My wife's a little tired, but but anyway, I don't want to get arrogance or pride in that. But I have the same sins as, say, a homosexual that's in the church, saying, equal. But I am a little arrogant and stuff and all that. But anyway, I'm trying to still get at the point that we know there's a hell. I have finally succumbed to that last realization. I was already a Christian before I accepted the eternal hell of suffering and all that. And I'm not trying to threaten you with hell. I know there's a hell, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta, I'm really I do lose sleep over thinking about close friends and relatives and people I just like a lot and care, like friendliness. I'm around a lot of pagans and Satanists and I play Dungeons and Dragons. I do medieval armored combat. I'm around all that, and they know my belief. What can I do? Like I know there's a cliff, and I know they're going to go over that cliff, and they know I know there's a cliff. And I can't pull them away from it. I don't want to offend them, but I know there's a hell, and every one of these people are good people. With the sin, with the fallen state, whatever it is, but they're good people. They want to be good, right? But my gosh, I know there's a hell, and the hell is a horrible place. I can describe the worst, and there's a great video out there. The guy who said he went to hell and came out. And actually, whether I believe him or not, I really loved his description, and it really felt like, because he was using Bible verses to back it up, like what he experienced, and I'm just that's why we're doing this, and well, Jesus said, spread the message to the world. I cannot convert you, atheist. I cannot convert you. I cannot change your mind. Not a single Christian can change your mind about God. That is between you and God. If God says He exists. You know it. You feel it. It's in you. It's, but you want to be your own God. You want to be your own God, and you want to make up your own rules. And God says no. You're not gonna get away with that. I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm just trying to say what the basic premise is. And I too wanted to do that. I wanted to make up my own rules about sexuality. That was like the main one. I wanted to follow my lusts, to follow my selfishness, to follow my anger, my passions. And God says, no, you can't do that. You got to be nice to people, and you can't exploit people. Your own sexual thing is really exploiting other people, especially women or lesser people or weaker people, or men, younger. That's what all that is. And right? I mean, it really is. I mean, whether you're doing it to someone or you're masturbating to porn requires the sexual slavery of people performing for you to enjoy that. Anyway, and I even know a really, 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 really nice guy who told me he can't give up his porn. All right, and that's not just one guy; it's several. And I'm saying to you and him, you don't have to give up anything. You don't have to just get to God. Let God do it for you. He did it for me. I didn't give up porn. I did not give up porn, by the way. If I said that, I'm wrong. I did. Jesus did it for me. So when as a Christian, you come to God broken, and if you want to be, if you feel broken, if you feel empty, if you feel like you run through every selfish thing that you desire, whatever your life is, everything, your rules, your world, if you run through all that and you're still at the end of it or during it not happy, or feel anger, or feel an arrogance of self-righteousness, I mean, is that really what you want? I don't think so. I don't think that's what you want. I know it's not what I want, but if you do come through that and realize that, then just ask God for help. That's kind of what it is. Just ask God for help. And it is, and when you get God, it is a humility thing. It's a freeing thing too. It is liberating. You're actually more free as a Christian. I'm more free as a Christian than I was as an atheist. I'm more free now because my addictions don't bother me. They're around. I feel them, but every time I kind of move into one of them, I don't know, the Holy Spirit, secret little. We Christians have that secret little handshake with the Holy Spirit thing. We feel it. We know it. And every time I move around to my lusts, I just something stops me. It's really weird. I see it differently. Like I used to see those billboards with the hot chicks. I used to, ooh, it would get me going. Now I see like, ooh, is she 14? How much makeup did they put on? You know what I mean? I suddenly see, why is she? My God, it's like depressing to me now. Like, are they exploiting these young girls, or what is going on with that video, that billboard or whatever? I see it that way now. I don't see that illusion anymore. So what I'm trying to say to you atheists, we Christians are not trying to control you. We don't control each other. I will dog any Christian who bugs me, even the good ones, like the really good ones. I'm like, dude, yeah, you're cool and you're totally saving lives and stuff, but leave me alone. Go do that, all right? Yeah, I mean, I will do that to another Christian. And I pray, when Christians say, I'll pray for you, to me, I'm like, that sounds so corny now. Maybe because of my atheist past. I'm like, I don't need your prayers. Even though I'm a real Christian, I don't need your prayers, man. Go pray for people that need help. I'm praying. I'll pray for me, Like, as a Christian, we don't tell each other what to do. We don't own each other. We don't control each other. I will go to the Bible for what I want. I will not go to another person. Now, I will get another person maybe to help me, or to understand something, or I'll teach them. But you know what I mean? So atheists, we aren't here to control you at all. We're not here. We just know there's a hell. We know that when you die, and I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm trying to tell you what we feel. We're really trying to save you from something we know. I know hell exists because of and I'm going to be making all these videos now, and I'm totally babbling along, but I'm going to be these videos I'm making are about me trying to get you to realize that the Bible's real. It really is real through history and science and all that. And I have no doubt about it. It's really wonderful. But anyway, I'm just trying to get this message across that I'm not trying to control your life. No Christian is or should be. If they are, they're not Christian men. They're doofuses. But we're just trying to, we just know there's a hell. We know it's horrible. And I'm trying, even my own family members who I'm trying to save, they're into Buddha. They're into nice sayings. And they're good people too. They're wonderful, we get along, I really have a wonderful time with them, but they just don't, and I've even had great Christian conversations with them about becoming a Christian or about believing, but they won't. They'll fade back into their, Buddhism, nice Buddhism stuff, and nice, Eastern, harmless sayings and phrases and stuff on their Instagram and whatever, and or spiritual stuff. And you know what? That's their life. That's their soul. I can't do anything about it. And I'm not gonna keep haranguing them either, right? Or you. Well, I'm making these videos. That's probably haranguing. But I'm not going to keep haranguing them because I love them and that's their choice now, or that's God's choice for them. And whatever it is, and I'm not trying to anger you or anything. I'm just trying to tell you what Christians we know. And our charge is to send out the message. Our charge is not to convert you, by the way. Our charge is not to tell you to come to God. Our charge is just to say, look, this is real. This is real. God is real. Jesus is real. Please consider it. Consider it. Think about it. Please consider it. Open your heart to God. That's that's all we're trying to do. And again, we do not control you. Now, this is a whole other concept. But yes, we do like to go into government, or we used to. We don't really anymore. And make moral standards. That we all should live by. For the safety of children and for the safety of a decency, common decency. So that may be part of what you think Christians are always trying to control our lives. We do want a common decency, especially 18 and under kind of thing. We do want that. We do want safety for kids, and then safety for adults who go out into the world, like to bars and entertainment, and do not get harassed sexually, especially. So we do kind of want rules, you know. But we cannot force you to believe in Jesus Christ. No way. That is not Christian at all. Not government or anything. That is not faith. We cannot force convert you. We cannot force you to submit. That is not Christian. Okay, so, and yes, in history past, yeah, people have done that, sure. But remember, the Bible never really got free. I'm going off onto all these. I'm just trying to do a love letter right now. I'm not trying to go into history, but whatever. In the past, the Bible was remember, it was never really freed. Remember, until the printed Bible was really one of the first. The Bible's the whole reason the printing machine was even made was for the Bible, to get the word out, and because the Bible was controlled by the few, and they knew how to control it for their pagan ways, right? To control it, to make you be part of the church and stuff. And I don't hate Catholics, by the way. I was raised Catholic. I do have an affinity towards it, but again, you're not learning the Bible. If the Catholic Church would just start really focusing on their congregants learning the Bible, great. But I don't think that's what they want to do. So anyway, the freedom of the Bible wasn't until the 18th century, 19th century, and we didn't, and it wasn't. They didn't really have apologetics and learning yet. It still took a couple more hundred years. So the freedom of the Bible was that. Now the Bible did have a lot of freedom before the Catholic Church. In the 600 AD, it was pretty good for a while, and then no. But whatever, I'm going into some weird history stuff. But I just want to say that the Bible really hasn't, and the apologetics and the understanding of it really haven't come into play until the last few hundred years. The morals of it and all that, yes, they did come into play, but the philosophy of it didn't really come into play until I believe until these last few hundred years. The understanding of it and the freedom of it and all that. Anyway, whatever. That could be totally wrong with that, but not totally wrong, but I'm generalizing the whole thing. So that's it. This is longer than I thought it was going to be. I was just trying to do a quick video on why I'm doing this. I'm not trying to do it to control your life. I'm just trying to do it because I know there's a hell, and Jesus said, we need to spread the message. We're not here to control your life at all. If you do become a Christian, you become your own Christian, not my Christian. I cannot tell you what to do. You have to decide what your journey, your learning of God and Jesus on your own. And no one can bother you about that. You will go to others maybe to seek help, but no one would ever can't they, or if they do, pooey on them. And even it says in the New Testament, if a pastor controls people, twice bad. I don't know what twice bad in hell is, but twice bad. Like Jesus warned if the pastors were misleading or whatever, that he was going to dog them even harder. But anyway, so that's it. I just want to let you know that. And to all you atheists out there, I love you. I do want you to be saved, but I cannot and will not and do not want to control your life or beat you with a debate. And if I get haranguing and arguing, and which I probably will, and I apologize, because that's my, that's one of my sins. I apologize now, but yeah. So that's it. I just wanted to make that video to let you. I don't even know what I just said.